there is the connection between the debt and what people are suffering doesn't seem to be sinking in with people. I think it's time that people actually join the dots, that if you have a child with a disability, it's not that the money isn't being taken off you for spite, it's actually being taken off you to give it to a person that actually caused the whole thing. You have to join the dots. It's for the sake of the country at the present, but the future of the country for your children. And I have 3 of them, and I think that I would like to see that they have a choice to actually stay in the country and not have to leave it. And I've already seen the first layer of my own family leave. All my nieces and nephews have gone. My children are the next people to go, and I don't think it's right that any of us that didn't gamble, I didn't party, and I take offence that someone that is supposed to be our leader went out and said that we partied and this is our debt. Now, I never partied. I don't know anyone else that partied that lives near me, but I do know lots of people that have issues now with trying to pay mortgages and have children that are in need of care. And I would urge these people to come out and support the Ballyhea campaign, just like we did in Tralee. You will feel a lot better for coming out and standing up for what is right, because believe it or not, I think that all the people that are sitting at home and do nothing know they're doing nothing and that they should be doing something. And if you want to have a bit of self-respect for yourself and self-respect or a bit of respect for your children, I know that sounds very hard, but they will be paying for this for the rest of their lives. And I have too much respect for my kids to actually let them be paying for a banker's debt that they never caused. So that's about all I can say, but I urge people to come out.
Even the blame for not protesting back on people is completely wrong. Okay. You know, that's happening again and again. I mean, the blame for, you know, the property bubble, like a lot of people blame, a lot of the commentators that you hear blame the people for that. Oh, we all went crazy, we all went mad. We didn't all go mad.
Yeah, like if you have a weekly march of 15 people, but like you said before, if they go down, there's only 3 or 4 people, but is it important to have regular people just there all the time to keep the march going? Or?
What it is about is to do it.
Okay.
Whether you're 1 or 1,000, it's to do it. Okay. It's like the waves of the sea.
Okay.
One month, Ireland says no.
No!
No!
No! Here's
No!
no!
No! No! No! No! No! No!
You came all the way from Cork. Are you glad you came or not?
Definitely.
Why?
Because I'd just be sitting at home, wasting my time doing nothing of importance, feeling guilty that I didn't come also.
Remember, Ireland was not suffering from a debt problem before the crisis. They were able to pay their social welfare system, no problem. It was only during that period where the government, thanks to idiots like Noonan, transferred all the liabilities from Anglo-Irish Bank to the people, guaranteeing those liabilities, did they suddenly find themselves in a debt problem. Now they're being asked to cut back on social services to pay for these crooks.
But here is the finance minister, Max. He is saying he is not legally empowered to end these people's contracts, these bankers' contracts. He was not legally empowered to transfer those debts to the population. There was a private contract between Anglo-Irish Bank and Goldman Sachs and French banks and German banks. It was a private contract. Nowhere on that contract, nowhere, were the Irish citizens mentioned as being legally responsible for these debts. And yet, why aren't the people rising up?
Could you tell me, would you have any advice for how groups could work together more?
Well, I think that if there's any one single issue that should pull people together, it's the bank debt issue. I mean, we're standing here outside the central bank, and inside there at the moment there are 28.1 billion euro in bonds being held, ready to be sold on to the private market. And this money was used to bail out Anglo-Irish Bank and Irish Nationwide. Not a cent of it went to the Irish people. The cost of that to the Irish people over the next 40-50 years will be 72 billion. 47 billion in interest plus the 25 billion. Not a cent of which went for the benefit of the Irish people. This is being imposed from outside.
Is there anything you'd like to say to the people of Ballyhea?
They should be commended. The likes of Dermot, he has done more for the people of Ireland than the government of this country.
The legal people would say that the existing promissory note arrangement was totally contrary to
so that was illegal.
Totally, you know. So my argument all the time was.
So it's an improvement in its legality.
Yeah, I mean, some of the bank people were saying to me, "Look, what you're saying is illegal." And I said, "I used to say to them, it's an awful lot more legal than what you agreed 3 years ago."
Independent deputies in Dáil and some senators have decided to get behind the Ballyhea Says No group and the Ireland Says No group, because we believe that they are the civil society embodiment of what independent TDs are in Dáil for.
Because we see this as an external attack on Ireland. We see it as a national issue, that this debt is being imposed on us from Europe.
Clearly, we're taking this opportunity to try and do what the government has failed to do, and that is to ask for this debt to be written off.
As we were lied to by the bankers, totally, and it was all a case of save the euro at all costs.
And the ECB cannot turn around and accept the fact that we cannot pay these debts. Then there should be no banking system in the world, because every single day of the week banks negotiate with companies, etc., that haven't got the money. We've seen independent newspapers there not so long ago got their debt written off, and why they can't do that to a country is beyond me.
The government is elected to represent the best interests of its people, and quite clearly this present government is not doing that.
We're out of one regime of austerity and external control and straight into another one.
That's why I'm here today, to lend my support to the people from Ballyhea, to the people from Charleville, to the people from Tralee, who every week religiously outside of county buildings wage and continue to stand in their protest. And it's about time that more and more politicians came out and stood behind these people and say to those people, yes, you are actually right. The points you are making are factually correct, and you are standing up for what is indeed a silent majority now.
It was not a bailout, it's a clean out. That's an absolutely cracking line, and it's going to continue to be a clean out for this generation, the next generation, and the one after. And if people will come out on the 27th and show their support, at the very least, let's shame the government to actually go and ask, just to ask for a write-down.
One month, Ireland says no. 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 very much.
Marcus Howard, test 1, 2, 3.